Hello everyone, today we will introduce a movie. The movie's name is Kingdom of Heaven. Uh, I will tell you how to understand and analyze this movie. This is my favorite movie. Yeah. So let's begin. Uh, an unnamed French village, Black Swiss rebellion into the Dutch Act guilty because his wife and then his father Godfrey suddenly returned to the front and invited him to join the crusade to the Holy Land in Jerusalem. High 18, years ago now, for the home to participate in Jinhan, behave and ferries make contribution, Jerusalem has become the nobility of the kingdom of jazz. In order to wash away their sins, then decide to follow in his father high allegiance to the Holy Land, Jerusalem, hope to salvation and forgiveness. The conflict on the road and the hunter. So, in order to protect the son wouldn't in battle and unlimited execute in Joe's death, dying before he will be called the sun, the light night, and his property, and the Minba more mark Western Heaven, like to go to the Holy Land, and is also 1918 difficult in the way to Jerusalem on the uh, in the way to Jerusalem on the way to the boat. Only one of his surviving. After all, to a holy city of Jerusalem, and father of his support, and the king of the kingdom of Jerusalem, Bolivian IV, and Bolivian IV highest military officer, Tiberius, as a friend, Ball IV as a gentle and a little people of version. It is rule of Jerusalem and the neighbors alternate groups living together in peace together, but suffer from the serious leprosy and life must come by the street. Even the cover her disfigured after the body, the king of the government poverties. Around them, especially ambitious, ready to the king sister, Princess Isabella, head of the Gaius Ferris, kidnapped Templar Gaius lead Isabella himself to the high sum and match Mabel's comrades at first light. Richard lead to the kidnap temporal kidnap's attack upon as a Lucifer defect. Muslim Carson early on let Saladin look at the fairies as the tiger death, rare gift, and hold the strength for the rate of the hundreds of thousands of the Muslims army ready to revenge attack. Action the situation suddenly dark clouds over the Holy Land, and the critical moment of the king, in spite of ill and personally lead the army rush to the front. And the Saladin's vows to the recognition was able to elevate the situation, but I soon died ball fall before the dying instruction of the imminence to the overall situation merit is barely in heard of the kingdom, but it is full night separate full of the idolist, and unwilling to provoke the refuse to the heart. After the death of the Marilyn Fall, Prince Isabella heard the throne gained successfully win the Kingdom of Power, which ready to turn off the peace treatly immediate to provoke conflict and conflict Muslim. Saladin led the army to seize the opportunity to attack Guy led the army against the kingdom, but due to the lack of the ability to command and away from the water loss of the combat troops, finally ends in complete failure. Saladin came to attack Jerusalem again in one of the vigorous effect. At this time, a little boss finally decide to come out and save the people, protect the king. If the king is not here, please protect the people. He led the army. He led the army and the people to guard the Holy Land with the army and the people, and fight against each other for 3 days in a fierce battle. Makes Saladin a great loss, but in the end, Jerusalem city was destroyed when the defense republished the last fight to win or to die. After the attack, Saladin offered a condition to negotiate Milibos. The Milibos showed a great courage and spirit negotiation, but Saladin shows a great tolerance. But mutual agreement and spirit in the negotiation, but finally, Jerusalem city peaceful surrender. The Saladin under the protection of the safety. On the return of the road, Saladin has also been a big reward for their most holy and brave. At the end of the movie, after the Milibus, Isabella returned to his old home in France. Shortly after, a new crusade to cover the Holy Land with the group and legendary hero lead to the famous England king Richard Lionheart, the Richard I, that is. But after all, his Minibros has declined greatly, concerning and approaching. Another hero of the invitation to quiet spend and the rest of my life in the countryside. Finally, slowly the caption and all the audience learns the same ambition to hold back the Jerusalem ending of Richard I. In the few years after Ferris fighting, the Richard I and Saladin was once again signing a peace treaty. But after near 1,000 years, the conflict in Jerusalem always can stop. Even today, the peace of the kingdom of heaven is still unreachable. Okay, thank you.